Christian.
Yes, he is. Yes, I am. I want to welcome you. Shout out to everybody that's probably listening in the car with their kids. Like, what is Gavin playing? I know how it feels, man. I do. I want to welcome you to the Paid Exposure Podcast. I'm your host, Gavin, aka Coke, aka where you want to call me. I don't know what type of intro I did, but I do want to welcome y'all because today is going to be super interesting, super quick. Today is nothing but a rant. If you came here to listen to something to change your business, this is nothing but a conversational piece and a rant. SZA. My baby SZA. I love SZA. SZA is amazing. She is beautiful. I like her hair. I like her lips. I like her skin tone. I like how SZA looks overly moisturized every time you see her. And that's a beautiful thing. She just looked. SZA like that chick. You know, when you think of cocoa butter, you think of SZA. Sorry. I don't know if that's offensive, but she just looked like she's smooth. And I respect that. SZA. How do we do this? Because I don't want nobody to say I hate women. Y'all already do that enough. SZA is an artist. SZA is sensitive on certain things with her artistry. I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time SZA drops an album, she gets online, she gets in an argument with her label about her label. She threatens never to put out music again. She threatens to just, never be heard from again. And music comes out, right? And it's kind of like her rollout now. We already know what it is. And I respect it because I like people to show their raw emotions. I like people to be them. And I like rollouts, to be honest. As long as you ain't doing nothing crazy. So when I think about SZA, I understand she's an artist and I understand she's sensitive about certain things. And somebody's saying, don't call her sensitive. No, sensitive is not a bad thing. It just shows you have emotions. And sometimes you're overly emotional, which all of us are at times. So when I'm thinking about SZA, I'm looking at this situation. And for those who not know, SZA, the R&B artist, recently came out online and said that she never felt powerless due to a photographer releasing her photos without her permission. And it's been falling out online all day. Sorry, I was looking up because I'm thinking about how I want to do this. All right, I'm going to take SZA aside for 1 second. And this kind of goes to our conversation piece about customer service, right? But we'll get to that. SZA should feel disrespected. I'm going to say that again. SZA, you have every right to feel disrespected. Imagine you working with a photographer. Imagine this photographer takes your pictures, he kills it, or y'all had a great time. You, SZA, don't owe this guy nothing. You don't know this person. You're giving him the come up. You're giving him this amazing opportunity. You're here, and I'm not going to say where he is to be classes, but you're on a statue on a plateau that he needs you. He doesn't, and what I say needs you is working with certain celebrities will take you to a different level, right? We see what Beyonce did to a handbag, right? We see what happened when Drake posts pictures with a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? We see what happens when Hove comments under a rap battle. The price goes up, right? Comparing SZA to Hove is amazing, by the way. So I'm saying it's amazing. SZA is doing, she doesn't have to do this photo shoot is what I'm trying to get at. So imagine being SZA saying, hey, you meet another creative, y'all agree, you want to work with him, y'all work, because of whatever miscommunication. I'm calling this whole thing a miscommunication. Imagine getting to the end and saying, yo, bruh, wait on the pictures, don't post the pictures, or whatever miscommunication happens. And then you wake up one day and your pictures without your approval is out in the universe. It can make you feel like, damn. Now, I understand how artists are to an extent. I don't want nobody thinking I know anything about entertainment. But they get so much. Sorry, once you get money, you can literally, money allows you to get certain privileges that the rest of us don't. And if you're an artist listening, and you might feel disrespected in this, but I mean, it's the truth, right? They could pay somebody to tell them yes. Drake has a home in Canada, and he was able to get, trees, certain trees in his house that's illegal in Canada, but he got their Congress or whatever, their parliament, whatever the hell happened. Drake gets certain trees. That came with a check. I know it came with permission. It came with a check. Money changes a lot. So imagine being SZA and you finally getting to know. You getting somebody saying, nah, bro, I don't care about that. And it can make you feel powerless, and it does bring you back to reality. And somebody saying, yo, what is the reality? Now, I haven't seen it yet, and I pray I don't see it, and I hope nobody tagged me in the BS. I don't want to see any posting about men versus women, taking advantage of women, because I don't know if that's this. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not, because what I see this is an artist having ownership of their copyright in their art. So somebody's listening right now saying, what does that mean? Because it's jacked up, right? What does that mean is, I don't know who gonna tell the clients first. It ain't gonna be me, but if you're a client and it's your first time listening, yo, if you want full permission, if you want full say so on your photos and how they're gonna be used, how they're gonna be distributed, you need to A, sign a contract, B, pay for the copyrights. Sorry, no photographer wants to tell y'all that. All right. If you want full power on how your photos will be used and what's going to happen with your photos, you need to sign a contract, or you need to present a contract, and you need to come out and say, all right, I want to pay you so I own every piece of this photo. So somebody's saying, what does that mean, Gavin? Can I sell your photo without your permission? No, I can't. I can't make money. I mean, it's possible. There's ways to get around that. I can get a model. I can have you sign a model release form, and then yes, I can. You ain't got no say so anyway. But most of us aren't going to do that. But does that mean I can post your pictures even if it doesn't mean I'm going to make any money, or if I'm not trying to make money? It means yes, I can. So you come to me, I take pictures of you outside. It's your engagement photo, and you say, hey, Gavin, we don't have a contract. We don't do whatever. I say, hey, what you think? You can't see him on Instagram a week later and say, yo, take that down. I don't want that up. We're going to get to the customer service part, but do I have to? No, I don't. I can say, F you, screw it. You look, it's a fire ass photo. It's staying online. And that's what happened with SZA. I want everybody to know that. Now, there's arguments that she didn't approve these photos, but she approved other ones. I'm not here to argue that, because I believe that happens. I've never worked with anybody who said, yo, look, we collabed and you can't post none of them. Because and that's what the conversation is seemingly coming down to. It seems that bruh saying, hey, I invested this much money, time, in to other vendors, to the studio space, to whatever, and SZA was doing this out of the graciousness of her heart, aka a collab. And now we're here. I post her photos and y'all coming at me with death threats. Duh, that's going to happen. Because in the world where people don't understand, they do feel like they got to side with somebody. And most time it's going to side with the artist, the person with the bigger brand. So now we have this guy who, and y'all can correct me in the comments if you want to. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, yo, was he wrong? Legally, I don't think so. And I would love to get a lawyer on the phone to talk about it, because I believe copyrights always stay with an artist. And if not, most photographers assume we always retain copyright. It's our art. It's our camera. We produce this art. You are the subject. We can do whatever we want to with it. It does get weird when we start selling it, right? I guarantee if you shoot with Beyonce, she's going to own the footage, the images, whatever. You get told what you can post. I remember it was those days of Drake was coming on. Drake was doing an interview with somebody. Doggone, I forgot who it was. And the person didn't want to record. They didn't want to do the interview with Drake because it was like, yo, he owns this. He makes what happened. Even though we're going to shoot it, even though we're going to record it, he's going to own all of that. Certain people have that in place. I don't believe that was in place right here. So when we looking at it, was bruh wrong? No, he had every right to do what he did. But sometimes what's legally right or what you have the right to do don't mean you're supposed to do it. And for that, we got to have a conversation with bruh. So right now, I need bruh to come to the front of the congregation because now we got some shit to talk about. You are working with arguably I don't know who he's worked with. I don't even follow bruh. You are working with someone who is arguably probably one of the top people you've ever worked with up to this point. And this person has connections to people you only dream about. I can give you that for a fact. This person has pull in places that you don't even know that you want to be in yet. You got to ask yourself what matters more. Posting SZA with work that she does not approve of, or keeping those doors open, or understanding how customer service works. Sometimes we have to understand what's the bigger play here. And I don't know if photographers, sometimes we always understand that. I got to flip my headphones around for this shit. I'm looking at bruh, and yes, he has every right to post it. But for her to say, yo, I never gave you permission to post these, or I gave you permission to post some of these other ones. Why did you even do this to me? You shouldn't even got to the point where you have to give an explanation online. You could have just deleted them, or you could have hit her up and said, yo, my bad. Like you did. You hit her with the my bad and say, yo, I haven't heard from you guys. I would love to talk to you about it and we can move forward. And then you just delete it. But you writing her and saying, first of all, I love when people say, yo, I'm not doing this for clout.
Oh, we got a problem here?
Absolutely. That's exactly what you did it for, bro. And I feel bad because I look at this situation and I say, he has every right, because I've worked with people of stature and sometimes they are busy. It is hard to get in contact with them. I haven't worked with nobody as big as SZA, but I've been in situations where it's like, yo, we got to get in contact with this person. It is tough. I've worked at a luxury hotel where you have to reach out to some A-list celebrities and their team is busy doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't reach these individuals. And bruh was in a situation, he was in a tough situation. I want everybody to understand that. I paid for the studio. I paid the makeup artist. First of all, I did all the work to get you here, which is hard enough. I'm shooting you. I'm trying not to mess it up. And then we get to a point where you haven't signed a contract. You and your team haven't paid me. What happens next? Well, what happens next is we do this. And SZA's posting about you, and she's now deleting comments. You got Punch. Think about it. They nicknamed bruh Punch for a reason. If a dude named Punch is tweeting me, I'm taking whatever the hell I got up down. Imagine a dude named Punch hitting you up like, this ain't it, bruh. And now you've gotten her attention. So now we're in a situation. And this brings me to the final thing of what today was about and what it was supposed to be about. I promise y'all these going to be shorter, especially if I'm just ranting. Customer service is always going to take you further than your customer service is going to take you to a level that your art won't. And I don't know if people understand that. No matter what your business is. Yo, I can be the best photographer. I can be the best nail tech. I can be the best esthetician. I could be the best person in marketing. I can be the best salesperson. Guess what? If I got a shitty attitude, if I got a terrible way of handling business, if I show up late, it doesn't matter how great I am. It's my customer service. What experience am I giving to people? So you know what happens is, I give a personal example. I took pictures. Everybody know I took pictures of Da Vinci. If you don't know, well, not everybody know, because I got new people here. Shout out to y'all. Hand claps to the new folks. So I took pictures of Da Vinci. If you don't know, Da Vinci's on All American. He's on BMF, things of that nature. So I'm taking pictures of Da Vinci, and it was a collab. No contract was signed. We were supposed to send our contract. Contract was supposed to come to me because I wasn't going on the photos. It never came. It was a last minute collab. Literally, I got the call probably an hour, 2 hours before I actually saw him, whatever. And it was a cool situation. And guess what? He leaves. I send the photos. They have me edit the photos, whatever. I hear nothing. And I probably hear nothing for all of 6 months, maybe even longer. And I remember sitting there like, yo, I took these pictures. I did this experience. I paid for the studio. I did all this and nothing happened. And this was going to be dope for me because you're experienced. All to the point of we even took a picture and a video together, and he's shouting me out in this video, and I'm like, I can't even post that. And I remember I'm like, what do I do? Well, it gets to a point where on his end, him and his management wasn't able, something happened with miscommunication on their end, which left me out on the loop. So I just retraced my steps. Guess what? Me and him got on the phone, and we're hitting each other back and forth. And he's like, yo, you good? Actually, can I get this, and that? And do you need anything from me? And it was a great experience because I was able to work with him and say, hey, miscommunication happened, but me and you now are communicating. How can we make this work that's best for both of us? And it was an amazing experience, and I'm grateful for it. And bruh really, really looked out, and I'm thankful for that. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Lindsay as well. And you got to know when you're working with people, sometimes the miscommunication just happens because they're more busy than you. And that's a whole thing for life, right? Sometimes communication is going to fall through because people are just more busy than what you are at the moment. So I encourage everybody, especially a photographer or videographer, man, consider your customer service, your customer experience before you consider the clout that you need or that you want. And if all else fails, don't collab. If you got to act like this, get a check, bruh. It's so many people out there who's like, yo, unless they're on this top list, I'm not doing the work for free. And you can't be mad at those individuals. Will they miss out on certain opportunities? Absolutely. But do it matter? No, not to them. It don't. You got to figure out what matters to you and don't miss out on these great opportunities. With that, I want to thank everybody for listening. I ain't got no song to close this pod out with. I feel like I should do something a little slow just because I didn't already let y'all hear some ratchet shit. But and please don't leave before I play my songs. Y'all know how I want to do, man. All right, man. Let's do it like this.
Come on. Let's go.
Shout out to Majid Jordan. Y'all new album is out. Why am I shouting their music out like I got anything to do with this? Anyway, I want to thank everybody for listening. Shout out to SZA for watching this. Shout out to the homeboy, whatever his name. Shout out to Punch, TD, Kendrick, we waiting. J. Cole's the best on the West when he out there. Hold on. And I hope everybody, please go sign up if you're a Charlotte photographer. If you're not a Charlotte photographer, please DM me because I am looking for judges to pick the winner. That's how we're going to do this. I already have 3 photographers that is not from Charlotte that are well known. They are great photographers. They are going to be the judges of this. I don't even know if one of them knows it yet, but shout out to Angie. I'm definitely sending you somebody's work. Anyway, and I want to welcome you. I want to thank y'all again for rocking with me. Make sure you send this to somebody, and please remember this. If you don't remember nothing else from this whole process, no matter what we talked about with SZA, no matter what we talked about with the photographer owning the copyrights, remember this. You always remember your purpose. Undersell, over deliver. I promise you, the blessings just gonna flow. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next time.